Fighting games are. This fighting game, I don't know what to say it is. Though in truth, I got to spend genuinely no time with it this past 2 weeks because I've been busy as fuck.
I spent 30 minutes altogether.
Yeah, it's been a busy couple of fucking months, man. Summer's always busy for us because we get a ton of recording done, but Jesus, this summer's busier than before. I guess that's kind of what happens when you're joined by 2 extra people, you know?
Yeah,
Oh man, if Soon still had his computer, how much fucking recording would we be doing then?
boy.
Fucking 6 people,
Then
Jesus.
they would have done the freaking 3 month marathon of Villainous and nothing else.
True. Oh, how did I not buy Goku and Mike copies of Tabletop Simulator during the Steam sale? Oh, I'm a dumbass.
I wanted to bring it up, but I was like, no, you probably thought about it.
I didn't. Oh, you would have. Oh, that would have been so good. Oh.
Anyway, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, not Ultimax, normal Arena in my case.
Which, I mean, talking about Ultimax is pretty easy because I can just leave out 4 or 5 characters.
But yeah, so I also nearly called it Persona 5 Arena, and that's just wishful thinking, is what that is.
It's oh, what's the word for when what you hope is going to happen is what comes out of your mouth instead of what actually happened?
I don't know.
Oh man, Persona 5 Arena would be so good. Anyways, Persona 4 Arena, kind of a unexpected game. I don't think we ever expect any of the Persona spin-offs, but a fighting game spin-off we did not expect.
Yeah.
Now, since you have the Persona 4 Arena, it is starring characters from only the Persona games you haven't played.
I know Elizabeth. I know you, even if I don't like him, but I know you.
What's there to dislike about you? He's got no personality.
I don't know, the way they present him in Arena, I don't like. I also don't like his kit.
He's just a Shoto.
He has a car variant, and I despise those.
Oh, right, the car. Right. Elizabeth was a very relatively minor character in Persona 3, though.
I mean, there's a good reason why she's there and not the protag.
That's true. You're picking her for Izanagi, aren't you?
Not Izanagi, Thanatos, but yeah.
Oh, my brain is mixing up the main character's personas. At least I didn't say Arsene or Lucifer. That would have been real bad. Oh shit, was the Persona 5 main character's final persona Lucifer, or was it Satanael?
It was Satanaya, yeah.
Yeah. What would you, like, given that you've put more time into Arxis fighting games than I have, like, how would you feel like Persona 5 fits in terms of the general Arxis feel?
Persona 5? You
Persona,
said 5?
I just woke up, so I have an excuse.
Alright. How Persona 4 Arena fits in? I'd say most of the things that I could bring up against it, I guess, are in line with with Arxis' crossover games. And then also I'd say that it's sort of like a slightly, like, in parts slightly more shallow, but in other parts slightly deeper. Under Night, that's the one.
Okay.
Cause like,
Where do you...
yeah.
No, go ahead.
Cause for example, the only real other crossover Arxis fighter that I can compare it to is Basara Cross, which is 2 attack buttons, 2 assist buttons, and then some other stuff like burst. And Persona 4 also has 2 attack buttons, 2 assist buttons, and also a burst.
Admittedly, I feel like the assist buttons kind of count as attack buttons. You know, you're not really calling in a picked assist character. You're calling in a specific assist of your character. You know?
Yeah, that is true, but it's still like I feel like it works more like an assist button did in Basara Cross than it does a normal attack button.
Maybe though. Can your assists in Basra Cross get knocked out if you are too?
Yes,
Oh,
I believe so. Yes.
so like if you call in the archers and the archers get hit too many times, you can't call them in for a little bit.
Yes, if you call in the archers and the archers get knocked out, I'm not sure if they can get knocked out, but if they whiff their attack, then it takes a longer time until you can use them again.
I see. Because I figured some of the summons would be attacking from off screen, hidden missile style. You know.
Yeah, I mean that game is pretty broken from what I've heard. So maybe there's a good possibility, but yeah, Persona 4, like once again, it is a bit simpler to me than Unis just because it has 3 or 2 buttons instead of the 3 that Unis does for character normals. But then it also has burst, and burst opens up a freaking whole can of worms when it comes to game mechanics.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's somewhere in there. I do feel like I do feel like that it might be one of bloody hell professionalism, yeah. But I do believe that it might be the closest thing to the base we got to the base of what we got with freaking Blaze Blue Cross Tag.
Yes. And how would you say the sprites rank? Because to me, like Persona 4 Arena had fantastic sprites.
Yeah, the sprites are fine. They still look good. They're not freaking they're not old KOF sprites. So
Yeah. They're not old Street Fighter 2 sprites.
they're not Street Fighter 1 sprites. That's for sure.
Oh. Yeah. They're not fucking Karnov's Revenge sprites.
I don't even remember how that game looks at this point. I need to look it up.
I don't either. My brain just fills it in as every early 90s Street Fighter ripoff. My understanding, it's supposed to be one of the good ones, but my brain just never computes that. It just associates it as something that would go on Saturday Night Scrub Lords, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Did you have anything in particular to say?
No. I was trying to get time until my brain comes up with something to say.
Well, I got one more thing to throw in for the art direction. I haven't got to look at Persona 4's stages that much. But I gotta say, like, maybe it's just me, but the whole thing of 2D characters but 3D backgrounds like this, like, Ixerd wasn't nearly as bad with it, but I feel like the 3D stages lack character, you know? Is it just me?
I don't remember which stages are 3D.
I remember a classroom and I remember a gas station.
I honestly didn't notice the freaking gas station. I remember the stage. I just don't remember which parts of it are 3D.
Yeah.
But yeah, one thing that Arx has got right, continuing on the art direction, one thing that Arx has got really right, in my opinion, is the presentation, the UI, how the matchup screen looks.
Yes.
Shit like that. Like it is as stylish as Persona is, and I appreciate that, because in a in a day when freaking games have next to no UI and a map screen is becoming a line with a dot on it, I appreciate actually having actually interesting things to look at as a UI. But yeah,
Oh man. I was thinking over stages and I couldn't remember which ones would have been Ultimax exclusive. All right. Who would you say your mains are in this game?
Elizabeth, obviously. At least
Yeah.
I play Lizzie very weird. Because even though she's obviously a freaking zoner and shouldn't be used as much else, like she's supposed to stay away usually, and then just like make a fool out of you by bringing you closer and then pushing you away again, shit like that. I don't play her like that. I play her like she's a rushdown character because I only ever play characters as rushdown, I guess. No, that's
Yeah.
that's a lie because I play charge characters like they're all King Cup 1. but but yeah, so like I don't know. It's funny. It's funny lasering people in the air, like 12 feet up in the air at the end of a combo with her. I also like I believe his name is Sanada, but I forget the punch guy, the boxer dude.
Oh, Akihiko.
All right, Akihiko. Him, yeah. I like how I like the contrast he has to other some of the other characters where not only is he not reliant on his persona is straight up bad sometimes. Like the magnetic pull, the Tiger magnetic pull that he has can be quite useful for pressure and stuff like that, but most of the persona attacks are from my experience not particularly good aside from mix ups or cross ups.
Well, he wants to use the heavy persona because the heavy persona is the one where he pulls them in, right?
Yeah.
He wants to use the heavy persona button to pull the opponent in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a good pressure tool, but that's basically all that his persona can do aside from freaking mix ups and cross ups. Whereas you look at you and he has a car for a persona. Or you look at freaking bloody hell. Rie, I think. The Kung Fu girl.
Chie.
Chie. Some Japanese names are very close.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the fucking difference between like oh shit, like Dave and Steve or something. It's not there. Every language has got close names.
Yeah. But yeah, Chie, like she uses her persona a lot. If not as the persona command, she uses the persona in animations still. And I like that contrast between how much the characters rely on their personas to actually fight.
Yeah.
Who are your mains?
Kanji, Mitsuru, and boy, I'm real on brand with Persona, aren't I? And I guess I put a fair. Oh, Yosuke. I like Yosuke a lot, which is weird because Yosuke is ordinarily your type.
Hey, I don't like Yosuke. I don't like Yosuke's weird freaking backflip mechanic.
Really?
Yeah, I find it freaking weird to get my head around it, and when I do, I still don't usually go for the thing I'm trying to go for.
Huh.
It's a user error, but still, like, I don't blame the character for it.
All right. Now, if there's one character you could remove from the roster, who would it be?
That's a good question because there's only like 5 people on the roster.
Yeah. My choice would be a story choice, and it'd be a choice that I don't know that it's really the smartest because I don't know if she's really that much of a bother. But for my part, it bugs the shit out of me that Labris is there because she's Arxus's own OC. She is not an actual Persona character. She's Arx's OC.
Is that the robot character?
The robot is from Joyzy, yeah. She talks like this.
Yeah, because I was going to say the boss of the game, because like actually I don't know if I would remove the boss version, because the boss version's persona is at least like an interesting thing, because it's always out, so it can be broken easily, but it's also very powerful. Whereas the normal version is just, like the thing is the thing that bothers me between the two versions of the boss character is that the normal version is the same as the boss version and just the persona changes, which makes sense story wise, but doesn't change the fact that the kit is the same. And then I would assume that the evil version would be more fierce or something at least. Then I guess she might be. I might just not be remembering things right, because there was a time when I played through with all of the characters. It was just a long while ago.
More recently than me, so...
Yeah.
Oh, shit, when would I have played through Persona 4 Arena? It'd have been just after I finished Persona 4. Oh, fuck, that was a long time ago. Oh, shit, that would have been 4 or 5 years ago. Fuck! Oh, man. Alright. If there's one character archetype that you feel is really missing from the game...
Akuma. I'm joking. Like I'll say Akuma whenever, just as a joke, and just because I think the freaking idea of just straight up Akuma being in any game is funny. But yeah, any
Is there a
type.
Shoto?
I mean, there's you.
I guess the car is equivalent of a Tatsu, but
yeah, and he did, like he's not the most traditional Shoto, but he does have a Shoryu. He does have a projectile equivalent, only he's the projectile with the diving slash. And then we have the core for the Tatsu, so technically, yeah, you, I guess. There's no demon flip. That's my issue with you, obviously. But no, any character archetype must be presented. I feel like they could have done something interesting with a close range charge character like Kim or Guile. But Guile is in the middle. Like Guile can be long range or close range, I guess.
I mean, Mitsuru can be long range or close range.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I would have liked to see someone like Kim Cup 1. Like someone who is basically just close range and still a charge character, okay, and see what they do with that.
Huh. I don't know. Does Guilty Gear have any close range charge characters that I can't think of?
I forget who even are freaking charge characters in Guilty Gear aside from Venom. Is
Leo not a charge character?
Oh, Leo is a charge character, and Leo is kind of a close range charge character. Yeah, he does work like freaking like Kim a bit.
Ah, all right.
He does have projectile though.
He does, but if you're using projectiles as Leo, you're playing him wrong.
I mean, it can work for setup.
Huh.
But anyway, are there any archetype you would like to see? Archetypes?
I'm pretty happy with Persona 4 Arena's roster in terms of gameplay types. I feel like they hit enough differences. Obviously, for actual characters, I think it's missing a good couple characters that Ultimax then added. Obviously, I'd love to see the Persona 5 characters added, but then we'd just be getting into story characters, you know?
Yeah. If a Persona 5 ever happens, I just want to see the boss as a playable character. Freaking Sakura. That's his name, right?
What?
It is. I forget his freaking name, but I remember it's something like Sakura. Oh bloody hell! Because he has like a usually feminine family name and then a normal name.
who you're
Whatever.
talking. No, who you're talking about is the Persona 5 boss.
The dude whose house you're living in. I don't mean
Sanada. Not Sanada. No, Saejima. Saejima?
no,
Is it Saejima?
not Sejima. Sejima is the freaking is the detective lady.
Oh yes, you're right. You're right. Oh shit.
I'll look it up because
I'm looking it up.
something
You got recording.
it's something stupid like that I would freaking probably remember, but don't want to say because it would sound stupid, like Sakura Kojiro or something. Kojiro, I mean, not Kojiro.
Sojiro Sakura.
Sojiro. I was close.
Yeah. You did see that when Arxis was working on Persona 4 Arena, they wanted to add a new character. Or not a new character, but they wanted to add a character who didn't have a persona. So in Persona 4, your character moves in with his uncle, Dojima. And Dojima also has a 5-year-old daughter, or 6-year-old daughter, Nanako. And Arxis was like, hey, we want to implement Dojima as a character, and we'll have his little daughter as his persona. And Atlas looked at them and was like, no, why?
They should have done the reverse. You play as a little girl and her persona is the father. Atlas might have gone with that.
It's just like, why would Arxis want those two characters? Is Arxis like, oh, not enough little girls in this game, it won't sell well in Japan?
I don't know, because all of the characters are underage, so most of them are anyway. But yeah.
Well, technically speaking, I think by the time of Persona 4 Arena, a lot of them would be probably 18 or 19. And so outside of the juniors, I think in every Persona, or outside of the sophomores, in every Persona game, the characters turn 18 over the course of the game.
I see.
And the Persona 3 characters are in their probably mid-20s by the time of Persona 4 Arena. Which you can tell with the way they have Mitsuru dressed, but Jesus.
Yeah.
What else? Oh yeah, I remember with the starting screens where it shows you their birthday and everything. I remember thinking it was really weird because Yosuke has the exact same birthday I do, and he was one of my favorite party members from Persona 4.
I wasn't paying too much attention to their birthdays, honestly.
I don't blame you. It's kind of pointless.
I mean, it's like blood types. Like some people find them interesting to know that much detail about a character, but
Japan only really cares because they still kind of buy in on bullshit pseudosciences like that, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, they have this blood type. This means they behave like this. Type O, clearly evil.
Obviously.
Obviously evil.
I just looked at OBS and I was like, imagine if we weren't recording. And then I freaked out a bit. But no, we are.
Yeah, well, I was recording Dead Rising with Mike last week, and I had that where we would record for an hour, and I was like, you know what? I better go ahead and stop this recording just in case we ain't been recording. Just in case.
But yeah. I'd comment on the music, but I forgot most of it.
It's mostly just recycled soundtracks from Persona 3 and Persona 4, which is fine.
Yeah, it should be good then.
Yeah. Persona 3 had some wacky ones, I gotta say that. Have you ever listened to the main battle theme from Persona 3?
I probably did, but I don't remember. I would probably like Persona 3 more because I am a fan of freaking rap metal, as shitty as most of the freaking the things in it are.
Yeah. Oh, they have such good soundtracks, and especially if they add Persona 5 soundtrack, you know?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Now, is there any like feature or game mechanic in Persona that you feel is like really unique and adds to its identity?
Hmm. Most of the ones that I can think of are like I don't think they would be able to pull them off in a versus environment.
Okay.
Because like they could add for example speaking with the personas as like a story mode mechanic, but if it's an arcade mode or something like that where you can get different personas for your character like in the actual games. And
I gotta mention something here, man. That was not a thing.
those are a thing in Shin Megami Tensei. It's a send up to the actual series that it's a freaking thing
Right, but it wasn't in Persona 3 or Persona 4. Persona 3 and Persona 4, personas were cards you picked up after every battle as a random loot drop.
Hell, even
But
freaking even the first game might have them from what I remember.
yeah, Persona 3, Persona 1 was Persona 1 and Persona 2 were pretty much just Shin Megami Tensei games.
But yeah, so that could be, they could add it as a freaking story mode thing, and as a send up to the actual series. But other than that, I don't know.
I mean, I guess if they wanted to have a wacky single player only fucking around mode, like in the same way that like Capcom vs SNK 2 has the custom isms, then by all means, like mix and match personas. And what if Kanji had Caesar? Oh no.
I mean, the thing with that is that you also have to consider that it freaking Arxis' recent crossovers, and then we have for one story mode we have DBZF, which sucked. We don't talk about that. But for another, we have Grand Blue Versus, which came out with an actual like legit RPG story mode that just had the fights be fighting game fights. So
Was the Dragon Ball Fighter Z story mode is actually pretty good.
I don't know. I wasn't too much into that freaking OC.
You and nobody else. I remember after that game came out, there was a hot minute where people were really interested in that character.
I don't know. I just don't find Boo sexually arousing.
Was it not a Vor thing?
Maybe. Probably.
Boy, Dragon Ball's got a lot of characters like that, doesn't it?
Kind of, yeah.
How many Dragon Ball villains eat people? Like half of them?
I mean,
what is Toriyama doing?
Sometimes they mix it up. For example, Cell sucks you up his dick.
Yeah, it is just his dick, isn't it?
Yeah.
That it is super phallic. Like that, I mean, Toriyama has some interesting ideas, but Toriyama also has some interesting ideas. Oh, Jesus. Sucking people up through your dick. Oh, God. That changes Cell entirely as a character. Oh, God. It's ruined now.
Yeah, you wondered why I dislike Cell. I've realized this years ago.
Oh, man. Boy, they kind of tamed it down with Boo then in hindsight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess even if you don't look at it that way, it was still taming it down quite a bit because, boy, Cell was brutal. Anyways.
Persona.
Speaking of a series where people don't eat people through their dicks.
Yet.
Yet. Oh, God.
Welcome to Persona 6, where instead of the freaking the gun to call out your persona or the masks, you get new personas by sucking them off your dick. Which, considering that there's a demon that is just a dick on a cart, that feels an interesting cutscene. and then when you summon the persona comes out your dick hole as well.
Can I just say that while we were talking about this completely random shit, I was browsing through Warhammer 2 mods, and I conveniently just passed by one that adds a ton of nudity. So clearly, the dick power extends to every game that we talk about.
Yes.
How do we take this further? Let's put it in Rainbow Six.
The Shunkus turret is replaced. Has been replaced.
Oh no!
Why? Suddenly, the Shunkus turret started firing white bullets and does do toxic damage.
Oh no! But if Tachanka uses it, he gets taken away to prison after every game.
The Shunkus bullets turn to white. Aside from when using against Dokkaebi when it's yellow. Anyway.
Just the Rainbow Six team having to pull Tachanka away like, no, Chanka, you can kill them, but you can't sexually harass them. What the fuck, man?
I'm just imagining the animation of Tachanka grabs behind his shoulder, and then his other hand pulls up the turret-sized cock.
Oh Jesus!
I don't know why his hand went behind his back. That's just the usual animation.
He scratches his back while he does it.
Yeah.
Clearly, we should bring this up to Pink later.
Yes. Anyway.
Oh man.
Yeah, Persona.
Yeah, there's a story mode in this game with multiple choices.
I think I tried playing the story mode and then gave up because I went through arcade mode I finished arcade mode with the last character just before I started it, and I was like, you know what, I'll come back to this later, and I never did.
It's a big story, yeah. Lots of text. Oh boy.
I mean, that's fine by me. I welcome actually having a story mode in fighting games with effort put into it. Anyway.
Boy, you and I put no fucking time into this game in the last 2 weeks.
No, not at all. Basically, not at all.
It's been fucking busy. Oh boy. Should we start a new program of like calling rain checks on the fighting games are if neither of us have spent much time with the game?
Maybe.
Emily, I wouldn't say it for this week because for my part, like my copy of Persona 4 Arena is on the Xbox One, which has now been moved downstairs.
My copy is also on the Xbox One, which is why I didn't want to freaking put a particularly lot of time into it, because you have the issue of it not being there. I have the issue of it turning itself on when I have it freaking plugged in. So
what?
Yeah. So apparently with the Xbox One, it's either dust with interfering with the sensor, or the sensor picking up Wi-Fi. But something sets off the touch sensor to turn the Xbox on, so it just turns itself on when I have it plugged in. Not always, but sometimes when I just do other shit, it just turns itself on, and I'd rather not waste the electricity. But yeah, I wish there was a way to play it on PS4. It's an Arxis to do it. Not Arxis, Atlas. Both of them, I guess.
Yeah. Would you say Persona 5 is probably one of your more... Persona 5 Arena would be probably one of your more most desired fighting game sequels?
I don't know. I guess maybe.
Because, I mean, a lot of the series that you would be a big fan of, though, like, still, the potential for the sequel would be the sort you wouldn't really enjoy anyways. Like, do you really care that much about Street Fighter 6?
No, not in particular. Like, I'm still keeping an eye on Strive and what will come after, probably, unless freaking... unless Daisuke pulls Ubisoft out of his ass. Then I will quit Guilty Gear forever. But
By pulling a Ubisoft, I assume you mean Daisuke getting horribly fucking caught for sexual harassment.
No, but that maybe, yeah.
Whoopsie doodles.
But like the two fighting games that I would really like to have sequels right now are Persona 5 Arena, or well, I guess Persona 4 Arena in this case, but yeah, and freaking Basara Cross, because I would just like to see what the hell would happen with Basara Cross today.
Heh.
Probably wouldn't sell any more than the original, but you know, I just want to be able to play it properly.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Fighting games were, I guess.
Yep, this is the last fighting games are. We're not doing this ever again. Goodbye.